I kind of had I had something very similar. So I just finished my board. I messed up on something. I won't get into it. It was an embarrassing mistake. But when I finally put it in, it didn't act right, and I expect that the first time. But I noticed as I'm flipping switches, certain lights are shining, turning on and off as I'm flipping switches, but not the lights I'm hitting. It's like you can almost flex the board a little bit, almost like there's a little too much flex in the board.
Hmm.
Or it could be the bus, the edge connector. I mean, I got to play around with it more. I didn't. That's why I really didn't
Yeah.
want to share
Well,
too much. But
that's the same problem I'm having. You flip switches and lights change on
it,
the board
yeah,
when they shouldn't be. It should only be
yeah.
average
I
lights
mean,
when you do examine.
yeah. I think mine was revision F. I just got the
Yeah,
board
well,
recently.
that's what I got. I have
Okay.
my
Go ahead.
my first IMSAI mini front panel is a Rev E, and
Yeah.
that works really good. But these Rev F boards,
Have you compared the thickness of the board? I mean, I'm wondering if the last manufacturer batch was a
that's
little
the same.
different.
It's the same 1.6 millimeter.
Yeah. Oh, you have to fit in the slot. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway,
Yeah.
It's almost like because I the switches, maybe you got something bad and the switches are connecting something else. There's it's connected to another trace somewhere. There's a short somewhere
Oh,
between
yeah, solder
switches.
bridge or something. Yeah, a solder
Yeah,
bridge.
yeah, 'cause that is bizarre because the switches shouldn't do anything.
Yeah, unless there's a solder bridge on the connectors that's shorting out something it shouldn't be.
Yeah, and it's only maybe shorting it out while you're flipping the switch, while the switch is
Right.
moving, or
Oh, yeah, yeah,
'cause that board I think is pretty tight.
yeah.
I I, I might run down and grab mine because I have a bare board and just see what's next to the switches.
Yeah,
Because I think they all connect to ground or no, they
yeah.
must get pulled up to 5 volts.
By the way, did you guys spot this week that John has now got his own MSI style front panel, but the switches do different things?
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
I read through the description and it's like, really? Okay. It's like he wants to put his modern stuff in an MSI chassis.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the problems I've had with that group is they spend so much time on stuff way beyond what a beginner would even consider.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
it gets really frustrating. But I noticed I was looking at last Wednesday's Zoom meeting, and they spent a half hour or more talking about the mini front panel.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a long
And then
discussion.
cars. There was a big section on cars there.
Cars.
Yeah, I didn't. I was just scanning through real quick. Anyway,
Yeah.
here I'm going to share
Yeah.
a picture of the back of my mini front panel.
And just on the front panel thing, I've decided the next board I'm gonna make is like an Altair front panel, mini front panel based on Mike Douglas's 8800C front panel.
Yeah, that
Cool.
front panel's rock solid. I
It
have one of those.
is. And originally I thought of just making a front panel that plugs into his interface board with the 50-pin connector.
Right.
Because that's a slam dunk. But then I
Yeah.
talked to Mike Douglas about it. He's all, you know what? Just if you can, just put it all on one board. Then
And then
there's not a lot on the interface board.
you mean with a bus connector on the board so it works like an MSI?
Just where it just plugs into the slot like the MSI.
Right, because the standard Altair that doesn't work that way, obviously.
Yeah, so I'm gonna make an Altair front panel. This is basically like it, not to
Yeah.
go in an Altair.
It's going to be a
Got
It's
it.
mini
just like
or
a mini one. It's a plain old. So because when I would use like my little 5 slot little
Yeah.
backplane, I want to have a
Yeah.
front panel, but I don't. I'm kind of too chicken to muck with a MSI one, so I'm just
Yeah.
Yeah.
gonna make an Altair one.
No,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's cool.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's
the thing
great.
is, it could be a little bit wider than the Don Caprio's mini front panel, and it can even be taller. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It's the trick is that it plugs into the slot and has all the functions there.
I would suggest. I know, kind of Walter discovered this, but you get those switches from AliExpress and stuff like that. But they're not PCP board switches. They're a little wider. I don't know what they call them all.
Yeah.
But
Well,
but the idea is whatever board, try to design it for whatever switches that are really available. I mean, where you can
yeah,
maybe
yeah, yeah.
choose it.
The
Yeah.
mini front panel has a 3 millimeter hole for the switches. If it's 3.5 millimeters, then the solder lug switches fit.
I'm sure I'll use
No.
the same switches as the 8800C front panel.
Those
Well,
switches
no,
are
that's those are the front. Those are the panel mount switches. They're just
Yeah.
pins. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
those
want
are-
to make the holes 3.5 millimeters so that solder lug switches fit in. Because all I do is
No.
shave off just a tiny little bit on each side of the solder lug, and then it fits. But
Hmm.
so so if you just make those holes just a tiny bit, half a millimeter more in diameter, then the solder lug pins will fit in there.
right, but
Whatever,
the
yeah, whatever you choose, just something that we can get our hands on. I would like something that's a little those I find a little small. I mean, I got boxer hands, they call them.
yeah.
So I, something that has a little flared end, but I have not found it.
yeah.
Again, just a request.
Sure.
If you make it without that,
You can,
that's fine. I'm gonna I'm
well,
looking forward to it.
I'm
but
sure you're gonna
Joe,
get
you
one of the
can get
prototypes
long
to
arm
test.
and short arm switches on eBay really cheap. They sell them all
Yeah,
flat,
but not
round.
but not in, yeah, but not with that not with the right pin configuration, right?
Well,
Yeah,
they all no, yeah, they all come with solder lug things.
yes, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
why
So
if a new board is made, make it with 3.5 millimeter holes so that any solder lug will fit in there. And then
if
nobody cares
yeah,
because the panel mount switches will still mount, no problem.
well,
But at least
But
because
wait a minute,
the
go ahead.
do they have the
solder
same
lug switches
footprint?
are $10 each cheaper.
Yeah, they do.
They have the same footprint because I mean, yeah, I mean, the standard ones that Mike recommends are expensive,
Yeah,
but they are rock solid and super
They
yeah,
easy to
are.
work with, and they're tiny as well. They're very narrow. The
yeah.
little yeah,
These are the same footprint. It's just essentially they're lugs on them.
yeah,
It's
okay,
like a solder lug, and it just seems that's what's available. The cheap, as you want to go cheap wise, and also they
sure.
also allow longer switches and shorter and flared and things like that.
Like,
But again, Patrick, whatever you find that's going to be rock stable for you, because we really don't want to drive yourself nuts. Oh, what kind of switch did you use? Well, that one's a problem, you know.
yeah, I just want a front panel that doesn't have any problems.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah, yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
I'll put a bunch of links
Yeah, please.
on, let's see, long arm cables. No, it's not the. I saved the links to a bunch of toggle switches. Here we go. That I found online, and they're cheap. I mean, they're just cheap. It's the same manufacturers, same brands as the other ones. They're just because they're soldered lug, they're cheaper.
Yeah, I'm okay with inexpensive. I don't want to go with cheap.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
Yes,
cheap.
absolutely.
Yeah,
cheaper.
that's why I say it's the same manufacturers, same models, just with the solder lug instead of the panel mount. I don't know why nobody wants to sell panel mounts, but they charge you $10 a switch for or more for panel mount, and these other ones you can get them for less than a quarter each.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never seen that. I always seen like $2-3 each.
Oh
But
no, no, on eBay there you can get 10 of them for
yeah.
$5.
Okay, I haven't shopped the eBay
Yeah,
for them.
yeah.
Some of the other
Check
place.
those eBay prices, and that's just a few of the shops where I've
Yeah.
bought from almost all these shops online. Okay,
Mm.
I'm gonna share my
Yeah,
mini
yeah.
front panel
Yeah.
so you can see the back of it. That's my mini front panel. Now,
I'm
I
still
got
Not
it
the
waiting.
right
entire.
Oh,
here.
there you are. Okay.
yeah, it's now the thing is, I mean, I can't see any shorts in that.
No, I mean it looks clean.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I mean yeah, the soldering looks clean.
Yeah, it looks really good.
yeah.
I'm not seeing anything that jumps out. Yeah.
On the address, all the address switches look identical on the
Yeah, they look
solder
really
pipes.
solid. They look
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
really
it doesn't
solid.
seem to matter which one you
D-
press.
Actually, I see Terry's there. Terry, do you know what revision mini front panel board you had?
Yeah, we went through all this on the Wednesday call.
Yeah, I missed part of it. Sorry.
Let me go find
Yeah,
mine.
you were showing off the E model.
Yeah, so I'm wondering. I'm waiting to hear if anybody else has an F model that's working perfectly.
Interesting.
It just sounds dumb, but
No, yeah.
Well,
maybe it's
that's a really good question because, like I say, I'm almost done. Well, actually, I finished building my other F model, but
No, mine's an F. Mine's an F
okay.
model.
Oh, good. And yours is rock solid for you.
Mine is absolutely rock solid.
Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good to
Um,
know.
the only thing I did was I have one resistor in the back. That's connecting 5 volts. It's a pull-up resistor, 5 volts to pin
that was
12.
pin 14 on the 8212.
Yeah, it's pin 14 of 8212. Yeah.
But
That
is that the mini front panel or the CPA?
mini front panel.
Oh, okay.
So
And
could you just repeat that again? I'm sorry. I figured
let
I'd
me,
take myself a note.
it's 5 volts,
Yeah.
which I happen to get from pin 16 of, I don't know what that IC is next to it, to the right of it.
Okay.
And it goes to pin 12, pin 14 of the 8212.
8212. Yeah. Okay. And that stands out. That's a larger chip there. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And if Walt could stop
I
for a
can stop
second, sharing, I don't know if I can share, but I can at least show my,
There you are.
there's the
Oh, okay.
resistor right there. It's a standard 2.2K pull-up on pin 14.
Oh,
Oh, I got the Walter instead. I was
no,
taking a picture.
that's
Hold
not
on a
pin
second.
14, is it? That's pin 11.
Wait a minute. Where's pin 1? Let's see. Pin
Isn't
1.
the 8212 a 24 pin?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that would
Yeah,
be
but
pin 11.
no, it's on the second row.
Oh, it's on the second row.
You're looking
Pin
at it
one
upside down, remember?
This
Yeah.
is
Pin
this is pin
okay.
1. This is
And
pin 1 right down here.
Right, yeah, okay.
That's 12, that's
13,
13, and that's 14.
you said it was a 2.2.
Yeah, 2.2K, although since it's just a pull-up, I'm not sure that the value
Yeah.
is all that critical.
Yeah. Again,
And Walt, are you still having problems with your front panel?
Yeah, when I flip an address switch, the lights go nuts.
Hey, Walt, does that happen regardless of which CPU card you have?
Yeah,
Okay.
I tried it with 3 different CPU boards, and each CPU board, it'll boot fine if I don't touch the switches, but as soon as I hit one of the address switches, doesn't matter which one, then the lights go nuts.
One of the things I found was with both your CPA and this mini front panel is I had a lot of problems with the 123s, the 74 123s. I ended up soldering certain pins directly to the socket. Matter of fact, on your CPA wall, I pulled all the sockets out and I soldered all the 123s directly into the circuit board because there seemed to be a lot of problems with connections on the 123s.
That must
you
be
can see I've done the same thing.
Sounds like cheap coding on the 123 pins.
Mm.
Hey, Walt, can you run a test right now?
Yeah, I could set the thing up and
I'm just curious if it's the same thing happens with the upper 8 switches or if it's just the lower 8 switches or both.
I never
Because I know when you do F800, you don't seem to have a problem. So I'm just
Right.
curious if it's just the upper or lower.
Yeah, and see, this is definitely a Rev F.
Because they have 2 separate enable
Yep.
lines.
Oh, they have the separate enable lights? Okay. the pull-up
Yeah,
is
the
on-
IMSAI has a high address enable and a low address enable to send
Right.
the switches out the 16 pin cable.
It's interesting. I'm just looking at the 8212. That pin 14 is the clear pin, and it's active low. Interesting. So you're pulling it up and holding the clear pin high.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if you're having this much trouble with that board, you can always send it back to me again. I know when I left it, when I sent the board to you, it was working fine.
Yeah, that's that's the thing. It's just really nuts that when I get it here, it's got problems. Let's see if I can get this thing.
That Las Vegas weather.
Yes,
There
darn
you go.
dry.
There's not enough humidity in the air to make
High
it
and
work.
dry.
Not enough humidity. That's what it is. Need some moisture for those contacts to work properly.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, there you are.
we're at the end of the monsoon season, so the humidity here is all the way up to 30%.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, 30%. Damn.
Well, I knew you were up pretty high because you live on Rainbow something rather.
Okay, so I'll go stop, reset, and I go examine next.
That's not right already.
That's not right?
No, it's
The
it's
address lines are wrong.
address this what it's at address 1F.
I'm at F8.
I know, but
F8.
look at your LEDs.
Yeah, the LEDs are
1F.
looking at 1F, not F8.
Oh. Oh, so these LEDs should show F8.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like those it's just like backwards.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like your address is your ribbon cable in right?
It's not quite backwards.
Well, the ribbon
I mean,
cable's
you're right. It's
ribbon
kind
cable's
of
just data, not address.
oh, okay, that's right.
But yeah, the ribbon cable is suspect at this point.
Right, but it's data, not address. So the address lines are coming straight off the bus.
Yeah.
Walter, are you?
Let me
But examine goes through the data cable. The address that's sent to the CPU card to do the jump is done through the data cable.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
So the CPU might be seeing 1F or something.
Right. If you put it in a different slot on the back plane there, do you get any different performance just in case that
I'm going to
front
pull the
slot's
JP
acting up?
board out. I'll pull the JP board out because that was the last thing I was messing with, trying to see if I could.
I don't want to do too many things at once, but Walt, do you have one of those bus display boards or something else that would display the thing? I've used mine where I plugged it in to make sure what I'm seeing on the front board, the new front panel, is matching what my bus display shows. You know, kind of making sure it's not doing something funky, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, your cable's in back because if you flip these bits around, it's going to be F8. So your cable's in backwards. It's putting bit 0 or bit 8 is supposed to be
The
It's
CPU
really,
cable.
but it
Yeah,
wasn't.
16
It
pin
wasn't
cable
F.
backwards.
Okay, so
It wasn't.
I should rotate this data cable 180 degrees.
It's worth a try.
Oh wait, let's see. Let
Well,
me-
pin one. I don't have mine here. The actual diagram shows you where pin one is. Should show where the notch is. If I understand.
on this CB2 board, which I have in here,
Yeah.
See, what's odd is a
marking on the
C3,
board
a
is
C3 for the jump will work regardless.
So I mean, the other thing I remember when looking at the CPU board, if you need to figure out, you can actually see because they pretty much only do lines from just one half of the 16 pin connector. Right. So you can kind of look this way, you know, okay, if it's the top or bottom line, pin one has to line up somewhere. I would get like that.
And it's like that on both ends.
On the front panel, pin one should be the upper right pin.
Yeah.
Well, it's the far right, the far right pins, both of them.
Yeah, what
Right.
I don't like about that, that's what I don't like about that. I wish they would only put it on pins 1 through 8, not 1 through 16, because then if it was backwards, you wouldn't get anything.
Right.
So I don't
Yeah.
like that. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's looking better.
Yep.
That's looking better.
Let's see. If I move the camera over.
Yeah, that's F8 now.
Yeah, at least we got the right address now.
Nice.
So
It's
now
fixed,
flip,
Walt.
so now flip the switches at the up by F8 and see if your board changes.
Right.
Say again?
Like flip your upper 8 switches and see if anything happens on your board. And then try the lower 8 switches, because that seems okay.
Right.
That even seems okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a good sign.
Now let's look at an examine and an examine next and see if it makes more sense now.
I mean, it's examining FF. It's not seeing
Well,
anything on the bus.
I'm
But
examining F8.
I know, but I'm sorry, to seeing an FF on the bus. It's not seeing
Yeah,
it.
that's not right, is
That's
it?
because he pulled the board. He pulled the other board, so F8's not going to have any data.
Oh,
'cause
you
we're
don't
not
have
looking
the
at it
ROM in
wrong.
there right now?
Oh, right. Yeah. There's no data on F8 because
Then it's right.
Yeah, it's working. All right, let's go on to the next
so
thing.
I'll put the JB board back in then.
Yeah.
And this is set up the original way that Martin
Yep.
specified. Let's see, I might as well
And you guys all look like you heat where you're living. I don't know.
It's 80 degrees. It's 80 degrees here in Charleston, South Carolina.
There you are. I got to
But-
move down that way.
But
Yeah,
then we got a
Go ahead.
freeze warning coming on Tuesday.
Yeah, it's been getting cold at night up here. I'm in
Yeah,
New Hampshire, so
We're
Oh, yeah.
supposed to get into the 20s tonight, but
Oh,
yeah. We had that the other night. Stuff.
But-
Walk out the grounds hard, you know.
so here in the Bay Area, it's 72 right now. And it's
Enjoy.
been like that for like weeks. Love the weather here. The weather here is the best.
well,
Uh,
that certainly doesn't look right either.
yeah, that's examining F8.
But the wrong value.
Well,
Well-
and look at the status. That should be just.
Oh, yeah, they're all lit. What the hell's
there's
going on there?
something's going on with the status. That should look like that.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, this board is not healthy.
it's-
Well, as somebody suggested, put the bus display board on and see if it's the board is not healthy or if it's something else.
Okay,
if it's actually on the bus that way, you
Yeah.
know.
I have a bus display board,
There you are, bud.
so
I still can't get over. I checked that board out, and everything was fine, working fine.
It may be something other than the board. We don't.
Yeah, there's a million possibilities.
Yeah, because I see my little Walt sticker up on the up by the I couldn't remember which pile was Walt's and which pile was mine, so I finally figured it out, and I put the little stickers on every one of Walt's boards.
Oh, that's a good one.
And then on mine, I used a permanent marker. I didn't want to put permanent markers on Walt's.
Right.
see, this is what I don't like about the bus display board is there's LEDs halfway down inside
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah, you don't see everything, but you'll see the address and
That's why I like my old Jade bus probe because
Exactly.
everything's on the card.
Yeah.
Everything's on the upper half of the card.
I have one of those unbuilt. I was picked it up cheap. Somebody didn't know what it was.
Okay, I'm
Sorry.
examining, and
And
on
you're
the
back to FF on the
Right.
Yeah.
That-
What status lights are actually on?
Like Christmas there. Jeez.
Oh, and we're at FF on the.
yeah. That's saying the bus display board did something.
Well,
Because
we sometimes tend to get like random stuff.
on the bus display board, the SDSB LED is on, whatever that is.
Oh, that's status disabled.
Let me, let's see, I'll power off, I'll wiggle. Let's get this.
That's a good way to break a socket.
No, I don't wiggle it that far. I just enough to exercise the little springs and. Okay.
You're braver than me, man.
Now you're back to 0-2 on the data bus.
Yeah, and what are your status lights? I don't know which those are.
It's all of them, isn't it?
No, I can't. I only, in my screen, I see like 4 of them are bright,
Right.
and the 4 at the top are the programmed out.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Program out. Okay.
The third one is M1.
Okay.
Third one from the left is M1. And then the 3 that are lower are write out, stack, and halt acknowledge.
Oh, okay.
It looks like
Oh,
WO stack.
Yeah.
Is that matching what the lights are on the the display bus? Display bus display. Sorry. Well, I can't tell. I'm trying to. It's hard to tell.
Well, I don't know where
So-
WO
so-
is on.
So that says it's got a weight. It's got a HLTA.
Why it's doing a halt acknowledge?
Phantom.
I don't.
Oh, yeah.
Is your halt light on too? It looks like.
This the weight light here,
And the one to the right of it's not lit.
the hold light.
Whole is that on or
Oh,
off?
it's hold, wait, run, and interrupts.
Is hold on or off? I can't tell.
Off.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why you'd be getting a halt acknowledge
Right.
or a stack at this point.
Because it's the bus display board is set to single step.
Mm.
The
Oh,
2
so
switches at the top.
He does have his weight button on.
Or
The weight
off.
light's on, so he can hit the weight button up there and turn it off.
There's no wait button.
Sorry, stop button up there on the bus display. There's a
I
stop
hit
button.
the stop. I hit the stop.
Yeah. Do you want to hit it up there though, or do you want to do it on the other board? That's
So I can
that's
single step. Nothing's
There's no
happening
single-
when I single step.
Does that
Right.
board have that bus display board? Can you make it passive where it's not?
Oh, that's a good point. It's the bus display. Yeah. Is it doing anything? Because if it can do halts and stuff.
I mean, if it's doing M rights and who knows what it's doing.
Yeah.
no. I don't think it does M rights. I know you can do a stop and then you can do a single step, and that's all it
Right.
does.
Okay.
So it's I thought it was pretty passive. I haven't had it,
That's
but
not
then
that
again, you
passive.
know,
I don't know if it does. I don't know if it does M right though.
I would
I
like to.
just go ahead. I didn't think there was a jumper to set it on there, so
The single step up here isn't working, but it is working down here.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's doing something. Whether it's working is a different story.
So I'll examine.
okay. So
Yeah,
maybe the bus.
As soon as
maybe
you
the
do the exam and it's hosed.
There's
Yeah, maybe the bus display wasn't a good idea.
Yeah.
single.
Yeah, that jade board is a lot better.
Yeah.
I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, but what's really your status lights are just not right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I think I should just mail it back to Terry. He's an expert on these many front panels.
I would send him your motherboard, your backplane, the front panel board, the CPU card you're using, the RAM you're using, the ROM you're using.
Box it up.
I send him the whole thing.
Everything, in other words, everything except for the bus
Right.
display.
And the power supplies he probably has. So
Yeah, I'm not going to unbolt powers. Found that these half-inch square dowels are perfect for prying up a board so that you don't knock one pin to the next one. You do just tiny little bits raise each side up, about a millimeter or two until the thing gets loose. Yeah, this is that's what this one of the reasons why I wanted to build this computer is it's got a smaller cabinet so that I can actually put it on my table in front of me and do stuff, experiment and whatever with
Yeah.
and learn more about the front panel, that sort of thing.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I have, right next to me is a whole little, I call it Frankenstein type system. I think kind of like Paul's been saying. Um, and yeah, it works great. You swap in cards, and then once I got a set working, I moved them over to the Krenko box I have, and I've been slowly getting that functional. So
Well, did you ever try swapping out your other mini front panel board?
No, I don't want to mess with my IMSAI-JAIR because it works solid.
That's the only way to verify, really, that it's your mini front panel that's bad and not something else.
Well, I have swapped out the CPU board, but not the RAM board.
That won't help.
Huh?
If the mini front panel is not sequencing right, it doesn't matter what other boards you change.
Mm-hmm. True.
Right. Well, I guess I don't understand because if I put the boards that are working in the IMSAI-JAIR and they work there, the only thing that's different is the mini front panel again.
No, that's not true. You got the motherboard,
Right.
your power supplies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the power supplies have good power and they're all in the right pins on the back plane.
Right.
So yeah,
right.
the back plane
Well,
and the mini front panel are the only two things that haven't been.
Well, I'm just trying to get us to stop working on the same problem for 4 weeks in a row. I mean, you got to verify that it's the front panel. And until you verify it's the front panel, you're just throwing darts at the wall.
Right.
Hoping you find the problem.
Well, but the back plane went to Patrick and he checked it out and everything works and his stuff worked in it fine.
If you
Okay.
take,
At the same time, I checked out that mini front panel and the cable, and it worked fine.
so okay,
So
so
if
here's
you
something we
take,
haven't tried yet. Move the mini front panel, since you've got the back plane out of the chassis, move the mini front panel to a different slot.
Well, we did that already.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've moved all the boards to different slots.
Including the front panel?
Yeah. And
Okay.
it kind of works. One time I went and I could get actually twice now I've been able to get a boot to the prompt on the computer,
Okay.
but most of the time it doesn't work.
did you try putting that 2.2K resistor, pull-up resistor on pin 14?
No, I haven't done that.
Okay, well, there's a reason why I did that.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, like I said, that's pulling the clear on the 8212 high.
Right.
And the clear is active low, so that's preventing it from issuing a clear on the driver. Basically it's the 8212, which is basically what a bus driver basically at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, that's something to do tomorrow, maybe.
Mm.
That would be
Okay.
amazing if that fixed the problem.
Yeah. Mm. Okay, so what else we got this week? Anybody?
I know Walt asked a question about programmed output.
Oh, okay.
Which someone with an MSI might.
Oh.
Yeah, I went to Chat GTP and asked it to explain all the LEDs on the mini front panel, and it gives me like definitions of stuff, but you know, I think you need to understand a little bit more about
Mhm.
the computer than just
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, when it gets to the old stuff, ChatGTP is not a whole lot of use. Not a whole lot of use. It wasn't, I think it was Copilot, but same basic thing. I asked it to write me a Z80 system monitor, and you should see the code it spit out. In assembly language, you should see the code it spit out. It was like, that ain't gonna work.
yeah. Well, see,
That's
that's
Go
the
ahead.
trick.
Z80
That's
assembly code.
you know, that's the trick with the AI programs is first you have to teach it stuff, and then it can come back and help
Right.
you with
Right.
newer things. So if you give it 2 or 3 or 4 monitors
Right. Yeah, I
to
haven't tried that
examine,
yet.
yeah, then it might be able to write one.
Okay.
That's not a bad idea. I've tried not that complicated of a request, but to Grok. That seemed to give me some decent results for something small stuff. Just write simple assembler program to echo characters through a serial
Right.
card, or
Yeah.
that type of thing. Simple
Yeah.
stuff, but
Yeah, the best part about it was I looked at the code and said, well, I can do better than that. So,
that's nice.
yeah. So, oh, I did get a new toy this week.
What is that?
So that,
That is an audio board for the Altair.
yeah, I got hold of Mike and he still sells these. So
How
that'll
much
hook
was
up.
he selling that for?
It was $43, I think, $45, something like that. And he sells it and it comes with the serial cable and an audio cable thrown in there. But hang on, I'll find the Mike, where is your
Yeah, he's
email?
got it on his website.
He, yeah,
That looks like a fun thing to have.
yeah. So that's the once I get my punch tape thing working, that's next.
But you have to have the Altair, isn't it designed for
No,
the Altair
it is,
cassette interface?
but it also, yeah, but it also works with a IO4 board, and I have one of those.
Oh, cool.
And I'm using the IO4 board for my tape reader, which is
Nice.
moving along nicely. I got all the transport mechanism all finished now.
Oh, that's
And if
pretty
anybody's
cool
interested,
looking.
I will be posting all the files up to Maker at some point. But it would have got tested this week if I hadn't managed to break 3 16-pin crimp-on, connectors in a row. Trying to put one on a cable without the right tools.
Oh yeah.
So now I'm waiting for more plugs to arrive.
That's the
use
16 pin dip. The ones
Yeah.
with the yeah, okay, like the ones for the that we use for these connectors for the front panel. Yeah, I actually downloaded a simple adapter for my cheap crimper, and it worked great.
So
You
I
literally
have
just
one of
dropped it.
these crimpers for
Yeah,
34s and 50s. And today I designed and printed up some adapters for the 16-pin.
yeah.
Use them.
I came. The one I used worked great. It actually just was nothing much more than just a couple slots that dropped right in, and I was able to crimp a few of them.
Mine's super fancy. It's got 16 little holes in it for the pins.
Nice.
I just use a little tabletop vise.
That was what I was using, and apparently I wasn't applying the pressure quite evenly because I managed to crack off the side of like several of them,
Oh
so I
yeah.
wasn't supporting it well enough.
Yeah, my vise has a real wide
Yeah.
jaws, so it's hard to you just get it in the middle and it can't bend anything.
Yeah.
Right now I have all the cables made up with one end not being there. It's really annoying.
It's probably too bad. It would have been nice to finish one of them at least.
Well, it's not right to only have one project in flight. Come on, let's be honest. Let's be honest here. You got to have 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I looked at that resistor, that 2K resistor on the 8212. I don't think that's going to make any difference because I think the 8212 is only the latch for output port FF.
Oh, okay. In that case, yes,
So
it shouldn't make any difference. Well, not necessarily because, oh, so does it just feed the LEDs then?
yes,
And it just latches the data for the LED. So it's not writing to the bus. It's an
right.
output port only.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, yeah, it shouldn't. It's not, yeah. Yeah, I noticed when I was playing around with my IO2 board before I hooked up the port addressing, the 8212s would just lock up the entire bus. They'd just say, "Well, we're going to talk to the bus," and the upper 8
Yes.
address lines go sideways. Yeah, but that I've got that. I've got all the addressing logic done now, so that's ready for some testing as well. Uh,
Oh. So yeah, the only thing and I think we kind of chatted about this last time when we were back a bit when we were talking about the serial CPM. Has
Yeah.
anybody had any luck using a GoeTek with Altair? And I think Patrick said you didn't have luck, or you heard that it wasn't feasible.
so
I mean, obviously, I want to use it for the Altair setup, but I also want to use it for other systems as well.
so I haven't tried it yet, but there's supposed to be a way. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to try it because I got my external one and I have the FTC Plus,
Yeah.
FTC Plus in my system, and I have an external. It's not the GoeTek, it's the other one, but emulator. But I
Okay.
haven't tried it yet. So
And when I tried it, the problem is it doesn't deal with hard sector formats. As
right,
back in the day.
right. So Altair was hard sectored.
Yeah.
Um, now
One person I
supposedly the FTC Plus will emulate hard sectored from soft sectored.
It does, but you still have to get the index pulses at the right time. And I think that was the problem I had was
Okay.
during like reads and write, the GoeTek didn't send index pulses. The only way I know that someone got it to work is Mike Douglas has a like an index pulse injector. You put it in line with your disk, and it figures it all out on its own. And it'll send the index pulses simulating. But I'm not even sure that would work with the GoeTek.
Yeah, the virtual
Soft
virtual signal
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll have to have a go with mine because I'm not using the GoeTek. I'm using the Lothark emulator. So it's
Yeah.
different hardware. And it's
Yeah.
hardware specifically designed for going in old computers. So I'll take a dig into that and maybe try something and see if I can get any of the see if his software can convert any of the disk images to the format it uses.
I've got Lothar,
Yeah.
which are really GoTeks just with new code in my K Pro 10 and in my Xerox like box, but
Right.
they're both soft sector, and
Yeah.
I'm suffering from kind of the same problem because I got my North Star Horizon
Yeah.
up and running with both. I fixed drive B
Hmm.
last night, so I've got it fully running now, and I want to try to put something in to do on this, but North Star is also hard sector,
Okay.
10 sectors.
So it really comes down to the hard sectors just causing a problem with the GoeTek type technology. Then.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
problem.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, Lisa, what I tried using a GoeTek, I don't know, 3, 4, maybe 5 years ago,
Yeah.
and they may have added some hard sector support, but I know that's what was the
Yeah.
problem at the time.
I mean, yeah, but the only thing I've done is the flash floppies on it.
Yeah.
Switch the firmware.
But
Um,
this is almost the same thing as a GoeTek.
yeah, no, I get that. I have one of those, and
Yeah.
I like that. But again, I had you want to try different things. I have multiple systems,
Yeah.
So but that works great. The Patrick's serial server,
Right, but that won't work. That won't work outside the Altair world.
Yeah, that's just the serial.
Yeah.
That only
Right.
So
works with an FTC Plus.
yeah. So, I do have other sets of hardware that I'm playing
Yeah,
with. I have a lot of the Godbout
yeah,
or CompuPro or whatever, and
yeah.
I
Well,
keep.
I can tell you the CompuPro Disk 1 works really well with the Lothar ones because that's what I have in my micro engine.
Okay, so I do have a disc one that
Yeah,
untested, but
yeah.
I think the problem I have with the disc one is my interface one card. Um, the last time I put it in the system board, it blew some fuses. So
So
it's
interesting. On my interface one, because I have an interface one in there as well,
yeah,
and it's like 40 years old. I bought it way back in the early 80s. But when I was putting everything back together, I noticed that it has four diodes on it and
yeah.
a like a rectifier, and there was a hole in the side of one of them. Literally a hole and a burn on the board. And I thought, oh, okay, that's not good. So I replaced the diodes, checked everything, and it's been working for the last 8, 9 months since I replaced that.
I haven't looked detail at it. I just know, it's a lot of times you pick up a board unknown, of course, and you plug
Yeah,
it in, and I usually plug it in and hit some power by itself and see what pops.
yeah,
The I will say the fuses on there they're usually small, lower. I don't
yeah.
usually use I use lower fuses just to
Right,
kind of protect the
right,
board from really
right.
getting too much and stuff like that.
But it's a nice reliable board once you get it configured, and it's
Yeah.
easy to write your own code to interact with it.
Okay. So
Is
yeah,
that a
that's
disc one or a disc 1A?
The, this
good
mine's a disk
question.
one, I think.
Okay.
1A. I've got two of them.
I'd have to look. I don't remember.
Because I have two of them. Mine is disk one. So I have two
Okay.
disk ones. I don't have any 1As. Only this one needs a little work. It's decided to stop working for some reason. I haven't figured it out yet.
I got to put together my CompuPro one of these days.
Yeah, well, everything in my micro engine is CompuPro except for the CPU board. Because I bought all CompuPro stuff back in the day. And I'm still looking for a spare interfacer one. One hasn't come up on eBay for a long time.